Alright, today we're going to be jumping back into the Bitcoin price action along with traditional finance and our altcoin market, because what I'm seeing on the charts today is really exciting. We're seeing levels play out perfectly that we discussed in our last video on not only Bitcoin but a lot of other charts we will cover in this video, and they are all bullish indications. And real quickly, I'm partnered with BingX. We still got that event going on, so check the links in the description down below to learn more about that. But let's go ahead, jump into the chart, starting off with Bitcoin here. We can see we are finding support right at that value area high of the previous range down here at the lows. We pulled this in our last video around this area here, and I actually drew out this green box to put in the thumbnail. I didn't actually draw out the green box during the video, but I had these levels in here, and you can see we are sitting right on top of that value area high. Is it going to hold as support, or are we going to go deeper into this? And I actually wouldn't mind us going deeper into the green box, right? Anywhere in this green box is a very bullish correction in my opinion, and as we talked about how we were going to form those hidden bullish divergences, we have started to do that. So you can see on the hourly time frame we do have a very clean 1 hour hidden bullish divergence. So if we were to come back in here, a little bit further into the green box, this is something I posted in the Discord. Let me go ahead and pull that over for you guys. You can see some scenarios I gave just based on what the divs were doing, giving some TA in the morning. So make sure to go join that Discord if you do want a more timely TA from me. You don't have to wait for these videos. But yes, we could pull back like that, just tap this trend of that hidden bull div one more time within here. We could also make a regular bull div after the hidden bull div. So essentially break trend here, make a lower low on price, higher low on our RSI, so that's another scenario that could play out. We could also come all the way down to the point of control before having to bounce upwards, and that would still create a 1 hour bullish divergence because you're still making a higher low on price, and the only thing that's going to happen is you're just going to go deeper here on your RSI, continuing that 1 hour hidden bullish divergence. And in the scenario we do pull back to this point of control within here, we'd actually probably get a 4 hour hidden bullish divergence. If we're looking at our RSI here, we don't have to go down too much further to start making that div on a higher time frame. So yeah, we could definitely pull all the way back down to there, creating that hidden bullish divergence on the 4 hour time frame. So yeah, essentially this entire green box here is a big kind of support zone that I will be looking out for. I think we're going to get bull divs throughout this entire area, along with that volume confluence is usually enough to mark bottoms. So whether we bounce right now at the value area high along with the mid trend of this channel, or we do come back down to point of control, I do expect probably one of these levels to actually hold as support and for us to squeeze on up to those liquidity levels we've been talking about, up at above 64,500. And this is my bigger kind of caution zone, right? My bigger zone where I might be taking out some shorts to hedge myself. This area can be a macro support resistance flip, and if we are to flip it into resistance, that could signal kind of an end to the bull run. If we were to fail this level and not reclaim this golden pocket back into support, we were to lose this, then yeah, I would say at this point when we do start breaking down below these lows, that would be the end of the bull run. I don't have the same thesis as most where they say we could have a bullish correction to 52k. Well, I do think this is support in here. We get a nice bounce. I think any bounces from this lower level would just be a retracement before falling even lower. Now let's jump over to CME futures for Bitcoin, the Chicago Mercantile Exchange that is closed during the weekends and does create CME gaps like we had down here at 59, as well as we had this massive gap that we created from 60,500 up to 62,100, and this is also really perfectly confluenced with the value areas that we were talking about over here, right? This big box that I pulled right here from the fixed range of the lows within here, these levels are almost identical to the CME gap. So once again, just more confluence for support within this area right here. And while these gaps usually do fill in at least like 50% of the way, right? Most gaps do get filled. There's always the chance price just front runs it, forces all the buyers that are looking to scoop up within this box to buy in higher, and we do just kind of bounce right off the top of the gap fill. But once again, don't be surprised if we do go ahead and actually fill this, test visible range, point of control, something like that. That would make a lot of sense as well. Jumping over to trading light now, we had been talking about the single prints that are also down lower into price, so it could make sense to come down and fill this, assuming we do get into that CME gap. So that's something to be watching out for. But we do have good lows. You can see on the TPO session, we do have some single prints below us. This certainly could just be the low. Structurally, I will say this looks pretty good, right? This is a bottoming structure for sure on top of that value area high. So would not be surprised at all if that's just our low right there. With that hidden 1 hour bull div that we have on the charts, we're looking really good right now. And something else that is looking really good that had been worrying me is the SP 500. We did get the range break to the upside after sweeping down to the lows once again. This is what I wanted to see on the charts. A pixel perfect backtest of this previous day's point of control, and now sitting above the swing high, swing low golden pocket, and even closing the hour the highest the S&P has ever closed an hourly candle in the existence of all of history. So that is really good to see there. We really don't have much resistance above us now. We just want to see the previous resistance now get flipped into support, see if we can flip the golden pocket into support, these higher value area highs. Still going to be watching this chart closely because it's always a chance this is just a short squeeze retracement before coming back down and rolling over. So we're not quite out of the woods yet, but I will say this looks way better than just being stuck below all of these resistance levels. The fact we were able to blast up out of here tells me the smart money is probably about to jump back into the market soon, if we do get this confirmation of all-time highs, and that will absolutely give Bitcoin clear skies to go ahead and march up to all-time highs once again. Another chart that is really telling me kind of the same thing is the dollar. We had talked about how we wanted the dollar to start rolling over here. We wanted the trend of lower highs and lower lows to continue, and while we don't have another lower low, we certainly have continued the trend of lower highs within here, and we are starting to come down with haste, starting to go for a break of this low. The break of that low will be the confirmation, in my opinion, that we will be going all the way down to the value area high of this macro range within here. I think it's already pretty likely with how price is set up structurally, that we are going to go down there, and this was kind of our local top. But the dollar is very unpredictable. It's driven on news mostly, right? Economic numbers, that sort of thing. So depending on what those numbers are, we could just come down to daily EMA and then get back above and start the bull run for the US dollar, which equates to the opposite of a bull run for crypto and risk on assets because they're inversely correlated. So let's see if we can get this to continue the trend downwards, get down to at least these levels within here. That will give us that potential move to all-time highs for Bitcoin. And if we could flip this into resistance and come all the way down to value area low of this range within here, then we could be seeing, six-figure Bitcoin, something like that. So we'll have to watch the dollar closely, but so far, so good. And not only does Bitcoin look good right now, but the altcoins look better. We had talked about this daily EMA. We wanted to get flipped into resistance on the dominance, and pixel perfect touch on that 50 EMA. We are now coming down steadily here on the Bitcoin dominance, signaling the altcoin rally is going to continue up, and we are going to continue to see altcoins outperform Bitcoin as long as this is to continue down, which I do fully expect to happen for at least the short term here. The big question is, are we going to flip this macro trend we've had since 2017 back into support, and that would be kind of the top for the bull market? That's the case where Bitcoin just kind of retraces, then falls back over, and you have a small altcoin run within there. Or are we actually going to flip this back into resistance like so and head all the way down to the macro range lows at around 40% on the Bitcoin dominance, which is historically where you go in every bull run when the altcoin season happens. So let's see if we can get this altcoin season. Once again, so far so good. Now, before I do end off the video, for any of those still watching, I appreciate you and wanted to let you know that I am going to be launching a premium Discord where you will get access to my personal time to help you out with your trading. This is specifically for leverage trading. I'm not doing altcoin shout outs, that sort of thing, but I did have a lot of people asking if I did have some sort of premium membership to get more content from me, that sort of thing. So I have been working on that. Really want to focus on making this as professional as possible and giving you guys professional techniques and strategies to give you guys more than enough value to make back any money you are paying for my subscription. Mainly giving you guys that value with my personal time, and we'll do group meetings and that sort of thing to talk about all of these advanced techniques, such as what I'm working on here on ExoCharts. So I went ahead and bought ExoCharts Pro. I've had this program for quite a while in the past, but I started using Trading Light a lot recently just because ExoCharts is more expensive. Right now I'm paying over $100 a month in trading software, but of course that's a drop in the bucket compared to what I've been making trading, and I am going to start getting back into trading more. I've really just been kind of holding altcoin bags, that sort of thing. Millionaires are made on spot in the bull market, not necessarily through trading, but definitely going to get back into trading to try to start hedging myself, as well as just knocking off that rust and getting more back into the groove so I can help you guys a lot more in that premium Discord. But once again, I don't need your money. This isn't me trying to sell courses. The only reason you have to pay for this is because it's taken a lot of my personal time to put this together, and we'll be doing a lot of one-on-one and group sessions, that sort of thing. It's just going to take a lot of time, and I want only serious people in that group that actually want to really progress when it comes to trading, and I think it'll just be like a really awesome community to have. I'm expecting to launch this in about 1 week from now, so I just wanted to let you guys know to be on the lookout for that. If you are at all interested, make sure to join my Discord, and I have a VIP Discord soon channel in there. So request anything you want to see in that VIP Discord, and I will work with you to make sure I have that in there. So yeah, make sure to go ahead and join that Discord. Links in the description down below. It's 100% free right now. Go ahead and join that. You can talk with me in the general about anything you want, any questions you had about this video, or if you just want to join the community for this channel. Also down there, you'll see the link for the BingX event that I talked about at the beginning of this video. If you do want to get some awesome rewards and bonuses, go ahead and check that out as well. And with that being said, thank you all so much for watching, and I'll see you all in the next video.